we're off to another adventure of wild TNT, this time to the highest point of Trinidad and Tobago, the heights of Aripo, or otherwise known as El Cerro del Aripo. So really looking forward to this one. It's going to be a tough one, but the rain is setting in, so which means we don't have the hot sun, which is more important. Let's see. Right now we're about halfway up and I'm sweating. Let's check out what halfway up looks like. See, halfway up. And when I say halfway up the first 1/20th of the distance. So maybe about a mile into the journey to the top of Cerro del Aripo, or El Cerro del Aripo. Now one of the things when we get to the first major incline, which I'm about 1/20th of the way from that first summit, there's about 6 or 7 other hills after that before we get to the top of Cerro del Aripo. And this is one of those real bucket list type hikes. Hopefully we'd see something wild. If not, it's wild that we're making the journey. Because it's tough. We just started and it looks like she's perished already. As if on cue, I can hear the rains coming. So I don't know on this hike whether that's a good thing or there's a cool down with the humidity. But we'll see. I haven't sighted bead sweaters yet. So we're still pushing through. It gets a lot darker as you continue the ascent, and you have to look out because this time of year it's mating season, so you have to look out for the mapapee. Certainly don't want to encounter that on the trail, at least not on the path that I'm walking. But yeah, pretty cool because we've reached high enough that you can see the clouds forming around midway through the first mountain. We have to go along a range, so as I said, it's about 6 or 7 smaller, would I say hills, at the top of this first major incline before we reach the summit and our destination, that is Cerro del Aripo. Like the height is starting to affect me. So we are literally in the clouds. Pretty awesome. What we saw from the road and on the way up, just about halfway. We're now right up inside of there and still navigating. We saw a big one earlier. I'll show it to you all at some point during this expedition. But remember I said it's mating season. Can you hear it in the distance? We're actually on level view with a plane. And seeing that I think the minimum height for an airplane is 500 meters, gives you some sense of how high up we are. And I can tell you, that's not flying at the minimum height. Hear it in the distance if you listen carefully. The rain is coming. Can you hear that? Bliss. So peaceful up there. Perspiration turns to Mother Nature's tears. The breeze is an indicator in 3, 2, and it's here. Yep.
It's just mind over matter.
A lot of times on these hikes, you ask yourself this key question: who's the person behind the camera? And in this case, that person's in front. But some of them I film by myself. Selfie. Now it's time to go up this bad boy all the way up. I don't know if I'm giving you a good picture of how steep it is, but you basically almost have to lie down, and it's slippery. And then we found this guy. Hi. So we're now about halfway up. Like I said, we're in the clouds, nice and cool. Certainly a great feeling. Some debris to navigate through. And like I said, we saw a big one, a big mappa peep, a balsin, not a zanana. So we need to be careful as we're pushing through. We still have a lot more to go. And we've been warned by a couple of hunters to be on the lookout. Now at the junction, and you can see why it's called the junction, because to my left we go back down to another mountain, which is Mont Bleu or Mount Blue. I didn't look up the pronunciation, please forgive me. And then if we come back here and we go down this way, all the way down here, it's back to Brasso where we started off, which is a good distance away. And up here around this corner here, that's where you go to Lalaha. Pretty nice, really, really nice. But as we said, we're heading to El Cerro del Aripo. You see the height there? 940 meters. And apparently there's a plant or a tree that's pretty tall and skinny. And that's how you know it only grows up until 2,000, or grows from a height of 2,000 feet. So we know when we see that we're there. So this is our path. There we go, you see the tag? Cerro del Aripo, here we come. Wet, hungry. This is just simply beautiful. Climbing up the slippery slope. The wind up there My boy Dwayne here, like the shepherd. You know? Huh? Bad man don't need help. Yes. El Cerro del Aripo. Here we are. Proof. We've made it 940 meters up. What a journey. And in the rain, so much to see. So many nice plants, fauna and flora. Really excited. It's going to be a real slippery one going back down. This is another bit of proof. See here? This is the proof that you need. This is bucket list stuff. Bucket list stuff. To make it to the highest point of Trinidad and Tobago. Amazing. No more, no time, no drink. Head back down one time because that rain's coming. Finish strong, finish strong. Look how cool this is. This here in Trinidad and Tobago. And you see this plant here, this is what I was telling you about earlier. Let's see if I can give you a better shot. It's called an anare. So you know, this only grows from 2,000 feet and above. So when you see this, you know you're close to the summit of Cerro del Aripo. And if we come closer here, each of these notches, see? Each of these notches here, every notch on there is a year that the tree has been around. So we're looking at a quick eyeball, maybe about 50, 60 notches. So 60 years old. Wow. And I've been told it's illegal to chop this down. Why would you in the first place? It's beautiful. But if you did, you're looking for trouble. But the wood is pretty strong, though flexible. An anare. And if memory serves, as we get closer to the summit, there's a whole patch of anare that we'd see. Pretty cool stuff. We're heading back out. We're about halfway there to the junction. Remember that junction with the Mount Blue, the Brasso, the Lalaha, and then El Cerro del Aripo. Right, so we're about halfway through there. As you could see, check it out, check it out. Check it out, check it out. Hold up, let me see from the heights there. Clean as a whistle, not a drop of mud. That's how you do it. Wasn't that much fun, but coming down is even less fun. So we back to base, heading back down. El Cerro is that way, we are going that way, back to Brasso. The heavens have opened. I'm still looking for the breeze later on. And the water. Past some civilization behind me. A lot of this web you're seeing here of wires is Christophine. So when you go to the market the next time, know what these farmers go through to bring that produce to the market. Don't try to budget or bargain rather with the farmers. This is a lot. This is high up. This is some intense work here. But it looks pretty cool, like a web of sorts. back out. We did Cerro del Aripo. I picked up a little friend. And now for a nice ice cold, something to drink, anything to drink at this stage. Let's go.